Hey YouTube, I normally don't make how-to videos because frankly I just don't have the time, but I've searched all over the internet, could not find a solution on how to replace the sunglass roof for a 1999 Toyota 4Runner. This should cover from 1996 to the 2002 third generation 4Runners. So here's what happened. As you'll see, the sunroof had some kid jump up on it, put a hole through it, and then driving down the freeway, it blew off. Kind of a temporary fix with just some plexiglass to get me through. Called some of the major window replacement companies, and they wanted upwards of almost $1,000 to replace it. The dealers buying it brand new is $400 to $500 plus. So what do? You go to eBay, try to find one, or junkyard. Had it shipped, great. I'll show you that here in a second. But right now I just had to go through and vacuum up all the glass inside and all the loose glass that came up on the sunroof cover. So just kind of clean that up. But other than that, this is really simple. So all you need to do is just get a flathead screwdriver and then go in here, and you'll see right there, there's this little cover that's hiding these 4 bolts that I hold on. Just get a little screwdriver and just pop that plastic piece out, and it's going to reveal on both sides bolt 1, bolt 2, and then there's going to be the same kind of trim piece over there. I'm assuming I'm going to have to probably remove the trim piece here, at least on the front. So I'll get that removed, and then I'll come back and before I take it out, we'll show you what's up. Thank you. Out. So we just literally moved the side trim, exposing those 4. Then we can use a 10mm socket. I use an extension just so it kind of gets below the headliner here without any interference. Or you can use a box wrench, but it's a 10mm. So let me remove it, and then we'll bring out the replacement and we'll show the install. Okay, so after removing the glass, those 4 simple bolts, you'll notice there's a lot of bit of broken glass still kind of in. You're gonna have to vacuum that out, especially up in there. And a lot of little broken glass in that wind deflector. So there's a hint, make sure if you have it broken and it didn't blow out like mine, then by all means tape it up with duct tape all the way across, and that way when you lift it up and take it out, you don't have little bits of glass like I have to vacuum up everywhere. So unfortunately I didn't tape mine up in time. So anyway, okay, I'll bring back, let me clean up, and then I'll bring in the new one, and we'll show the install. Also, so I suggest once you remove it, you also open it carefully, your sunroof. Oh, make sure the power's on. Go ahead and open it up. That's how you can get the vacuum in there, get that wind deflector up. Also, make sure that track is clear. See that little track down in there? Right there. Make sure there's no glass in there. I had a little piece of glass in there, and there's a plastic little bushing behind this like guide here. Right, let me zero in on it. Right there, that came derailed, and it kind of prevented it from closing. It was an easy fix. Just used a screwdriver, kind of pushed it back. Since this is not bolted in, it's got a little bit of leeway, and you can push that plastic back in there if it pops off. So just be a little careful, but make sure that track is clear of glass, unlike mine, and then it derails. So make sure you get in there and clean real well, and you can hear the crunching glass, you know, so just check it. Seems to be pretty clear. I don't have any glass on the track. I'm probably going to clean it up a little bit, maybe add a little bit of grease there to that track just while I got it exposed, clean it up. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. So I brought out the new glass and just set it down, making sure the bolts align in the little hole. And make sure I forgot to tell you earlier, make sure you do the tilt up on the sunroof. It makes it easier to access it all, just a little more playroom. But otherwise, just set it in there. Make sure that little seam there is in the front. That's about it. And then we're just gonna put on the 4 bolts, and that's about it. So this is something that, you know, was a $1,000 job. I think I paid $75 for the glass and another $40 for shipping on eBay. So, you know, it's like $800 something saved, which is huge. So I hope this helps somebody. I know it would have helped me, but anyway, cheers. Okay, so let me make a few changes. It doesn't really matter if it's in the up or not position. Here's it flat, and you'll see that the bolts are accessible, so it doesn't really matter. But I didn't tighten it down either, and I kind of ran it a couple times just to make sure there's no adjustment issues. But it seems to be working, and I'm just gonna pour some water on it to make sure we're not getting any leaks. There seems to be a little bit of difference where the impression of the last bolt was versus this one, so I'm not sure if that's an adjustment issue, you know, but as you can kind of see there, there's a little bit of wear there where the new nut's here. So I left it a little loose and I'm kind of just playing it back and forth just to make sure it settles, but it seems to work good. I'm just going to test it with the hose. Otherwise, again, $800 saved. That's a win in my book. Thanks.